Here we go. Hey guys, this is Tea with Tom and Alice and Nicole from Alvah.
Hi.
Our accountant, who's very much quickly just become our therapist after
and
some
life coach.
heavy duty chat. But in a way, based on we've been talking goals and plans today, based on your long-term goals of CFO for every SME, is that a similar role to what you've done today?
I feel like this is more therapy. But,
okay, I'm wrong.
It's looking at businesses as the overall picture, but it's also looking at numbers and making sure the numbers align with where we're trying to get to.
We've had a lot of numbers chat.
Otherwise, it's kind of a hobby, and that's fine. Hobby businesses are great, but you guys have got plans and visions of where you want to go, and we've got to make sure the numbers reflect that.
This is everything that Alice and I spend most of our time avoiding as much as possible.
And we hate talking about this stuff. But basically, our last meeting with Nicole, she was like, "Right, guys, I'm gonna come over."
And this is
This
good. Well, I've got to be careful, by the way. So last week, Alice points out that I interrupt all the time. So everyone's comments was like, "Oh yeah, Tom, you do interrupt. Stop interrupting." So I've got to let you finish your sentences now. By the way, I think we do need to move this because this is just. This, if you're coming along to Saltire,
it's a surprise.
See if you can figure out what it's for. That's all I'm going to say. It's just very Noel and Nicole.
Yeah. Distracting. Okay.
But it was, so we've very much been putting pen to paper
today
to try and figure out what's next. And we've been going at it for the last 2.5 hours. And I'm going to try and sum it up for you guys in the next 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, it started with, like, what's the goal?
Yeah.
Which all kind of ties in with everything we spoke about the last few weeks about what we're trying to do.
Just trying to find that direction, like where you're kind of meandering otherwise, and you don't really have the focus of where you're trying to get to, and just getting really clear about what is that goal, where are you trying to get to, and how do we then get you there?
Yeah, and we touched upon it before, like you said, because the vision was putting Aberdeen on the map to create a place where people love to be outdoors, are prepared to be outdoors in all the weather, and excited about that, not held back by anything, whether it's, their heads or, weather, or just up for it. And as well as on a Rebel scale of things, it's talking about what that looks like for Rebel. So more boot camps, more locations, certainly around Aberdeen, making sure that the locations we do have enough members, which leads to some more difficult conversations, because for us it's been a lifestyle business for so long that it's really difficult to think about the nitty gritty kind of financial sides. Like, is it paying the bills? Is it giving us what we want in a sustainable long-term way? And so that's why it gets really difficult to make some of these decisions. It sounds like we're doing a little, and for that reason I'm stepping down from Rebel. That's it, we've decided. I'm not, as of right now. It feels like an apology video we're making. We're not trying to do an apology video. Again, this is what this video is so good for. It's just like a brain dump for what we're going through, and share this experience with you, because you guys support us through all of it, which we love. And actually, really help make these decisions easier for us, as well as more difficult at the same time, because we love you all.
And it's also talking about our roles, and we always say our favourite part of the job is going down to boot camp and spending time with everyone, chatting to everyone, asking how they're getting on, putting together classes and things, and seeing you guys work through them. But there's just so much more to it than that, and it's like almost spreading ourselves too thin at some point.
Well, we've been spreading ourselves too thin. That was the answer.
Too many things, too many times, all of the time. Just
for 13 years.
For 13 years, yeah.
For 13 years.
But then when Nicole says, so like what could we pass on? Like what's the first jobs that we could do to pass on? And you think of things like, social media. But then it's like, well, how do we get someone else to come down to class to get the videos and the pictures and the content to then put on social media? And then it's like, okay, what else could we pass on? Like the emailing new members. But that's like, we want we want them to feel welcome. We want them to know us before they come to a session, so that they feel like they know what they're doing. So we're like, oh no, we can't pass that way. And like, yeah, we're like, oh, like,
experience.
so yeah, sometimes.
Where do you make the changes?
But then part of what we were talking around is how do we make the change? How do we make small changes that have big impact, and trying to get a bit more focused about the things we want to do in the next 90 days to make sure it's actually having the biggest impact possible, and not just creating a massive to-do list for you two, like, because that's ultimately what ends up happening.
And I think you guys can help with that, because I think a big step for us will be focusing on the referral scheme, which we haven't brought up much. We don't talk about that much, but you know, certainly at the moment there's a free month available, which I think we're going to change, because the t-shirt that you could earn was extremely popular. There's 3 of them going around. It's pretty exclusive.
Yeah.
You guys could earn one by getting a friend to sign up. So you'll find that we talk about that a bit more, and that becomes more of a focus on
Google
our social
reviews,
media.
if you're
Google
watching
reviews.
this.
And that's it. If you're watching right now, new tab, leave us on in the background. Google review, 5 stars, please. No, whatever you want, whatever you feel we deserve.
Preferably 5.
Yeah.
The referral part's really important, because a huge part of Rebel is a community feel, and you need more people to enjoy that community and be part of it and give and take as much as they possibly can. So I think kind of if you want to keep a good community growing, you need other people to come and buy in. So if you can do your bit by helping Rebel bring a pal along, then it all adds up and creates a great environment.
Yeah.
It's important.
And that is, I think some of that is like getting you guys to give more and meet us halfway as well, which is fair, because I think we'd spoken before that maybe the sessions had gotten slightly easier, so we made them harder, and in a way that's better in the long term, because we need you guys to kind of come, show up, be a part of it, which only drives the community forwards. Something about being in it together, getting through it together, is rewarding.
Times, yeah, like tough sessions that you'll bond over at the end.
But it's also the fun. You guys spoke a lot about fun. That was a big theme of when we were trying to talk about goals and what the big vision is for a Rebel, and you kept talking about making people feel like they're back in their youth, that you're a kid again, that fun, that exhilaration, that exhilarating fitness movement that we were chatting about.
Exhilarating fitness movement, that's what we're trying to create. Yeah. But it is so, like, again, we're trying to make people feel a certain way. So if we could have a tagline, it was making you feel, I don't know, exhilarated.
Something like that, yeah. It's something...
Motivated, excited.
Energized.
Like, there's so many different words to sum it up. But just making you feel like a rebel. It kind of almost came full circle. It's like, right, we're wanting to... The rebel is an identity of being part of it, getting stuck in, and almost, like I said, feeling like a kid again, but not quite. And we want a word that we can use where we can say, hey, this is Danny, our new trainer. We want you to make the rebels feel like rebels. You know, feel like they belong, feel excited, feel like this is the big part of their day. But it feels like so many spinning plates. And I think, again, that's why today's been good, because it really helps narrow it down a bit more.
Yeah, I'm feeling totally buzzed after actually, and just like ready to go, like, okay, what's next? How do we do it?
And it's trying not to create too many things to do to get you to that next piece. So we've kind of got an idea of what the next 90 days look like. We've been able to put numbers to that goal. So we know roughly what the big goal is. We probably need to do a wee bit more on the shorter term goal. But ultimately, you've got a clear idea of where you're trying to get to. It just needs to make sense financially as well.
So that's we narrowed it down to, you know, number of sessions we run, memberships costs, and what was the third one? Number of members. So that's 3 ways that we can affect how, you know, sustainable and successful Rebel is. So there'll be changes over the next little while, couple of weeks, based around that and the way we kind of work towards our goals, which is interesting and exciting. Like, difficult because we don't normally focus on this, and, you know, like, a change for us, but only for the better, because we need to grow up sometimes. Can't keep playing in the park with my friends.
Well,
You can.
There just has to be a wee bit of give.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Is there anything else we want to add? That's 10 minutes already.
Oh wow.
That flies by.
Refer your friends.
Refer your friends.
Make your friends rebel.
Give us a review on Google.
Yeah.
For the 30 people that watch it. Unless it's 15 who watch it twice, which is great too.
Well, don't you watch it about 15
I watch
times?
it at least 3 times.
I'll give it a watch.
What are you most excited about this week?
I'm most excited about this upcoming week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Duthy Park Away Day, Friday night. We're at Donata Steps.
Donata Steps.
Yeah, at 5:30. If anyone wants to come, book in.
What's that for?
Chipper, ice cream, maybe a Duke, maybe all of the above. So lots of fun stuff.
Excited about anything this week? Could be anything.
I have Pilates tonight and I love Pilates on Tuesday night, so I'm looking forward to Pilates.
Oh, where'd you do that?
In Stonehaven.
Nice. Oh, very cool. Yeah,
Camilla,
fun.
she's great.
Pilates and yoga, always
What are you?
sustainable. Ideas fitness. I'm off to France. I'm off to Paris.
Oh.
I know, that's it. I'm away from tomorrow to watch the French Open. Back Sunday, so you'll see me again Tuesday. Yeah, that's our plan. All right.
So I'll be doing Dash solo Thursday.
Oh, Rebel
so,
Dash.
yeah,
Get yourself
down.
signed in. Thursday. If you haven't got time, we'll give you one. Right, we're going to see you later.
See ya.
Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Ali. Bye.